that peers are more likely to talk to peers. And although we encourage all of our children and young people to talk to an adult, basically promoting and making a lot of noise about well-being, building that resilience of emotional resilience, is encourage that there is somebody within the school or college or wherever you're based that is that key worker.
Hi, thanks for that. That was just so enlightening. I mean, we've been struggling to find an organisation that can train our students up for exactly this. Just a quick question, is there a
Yep.
cost involved?
Or anyone want to flag an S.O.S?
I was just wondering if, because I've kind of gone through our PSHE curriculum and looked at where all the mental health kind of weaves in, but I was wondering if anybody has kind of bought or uses an actual mental health and wellbeing kind of focus scheme that kind of is a standalone thing or not, or whether everyone else is doing the same and just feeding it into their PSHE long-term plans already. I don't know. Yeah, well, what I'm finding is, you know, that we're obviously doing it through our PSHE, and I've been through and sort of highlighted, yeah, this unit of work is quite focused on mental health and well-being. But I think to kind of really raise, if you want to really raise the profile and make it obvious as well to staff and children that you're teaching it, sometimes it has to be something a little bit separate, and get people to run with it. You kind of need something that's ready to go instead of saying, oh, could you also please do this, and you're going to have to find it yourself and things like that. I know there was a really big thick document that you sent out ages ago, and it's got loads of activities.
No. Okay, right, I'll do a little bit of digging and I'll see what I can find.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so obviously we've kind of covered student voice, so staff development. So we had a few people doing the psychological first aid. So anyone done some really amazing things with staff development and also your own staff development, and anyone got an S.O.S? Okay, identify need and monitoring impact. So who has had a bit of a process where they have asked questions and then they've had the data back and then they've had to do something with it? So how has that kind of reflective process worked for people?
Hi, so I've done one previously for behaviour management as well. So I've gathered quite a bit of data that's sort of crossing over PSHE, behaviour management as well as wellbeing. And it was helpful, although it is, you know, children's voice. I also did staff voice, and the way it was effective in feeding back was to have a whole inside staff training inside day where we discussed the outcomes and we talked about, because a lot of it was the point of view from the child coming through, and how we experience it and comparing the two. But then it was a working party in terms of all stakeholders was part of it, and we could identify ways that we could move forward. We are in the process where we're now implementing things, but it's not been the impact's not been monitored properly. So using the data, I literally just did it by year group, and then I highlighted strands that was popping up, so things that was coming through from all the classes. All the children were mentioning certain things.
Got parents and carers.
Yeah, we've got the head's given as own section on the website, so we can put things on. What I was going to ask is there anywhere you'd suggested about, because some parents struggle with certain aspects of parenting, can you get leaflets together and information? Is there anywhere that we can share that together so we can use each other's, come up with ideas if anybody's had an issue that somebody else hasn't thought of? Because I'm trying to get things together for that part of the website.
What I'll do is I'll put an announcement on Knowledge Hub, because that would be the perfect place for it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, right, leaflet on Knowledge Hub. Super, thank you. Okay, target support and appropriate referrals. So
we're quite close with a company called Salfa, but it's based sort of Skipton way, and I'm just frantically trying to Google what it actually stands for.
Okay, so final one then. So just make sure we finish on time. Ethos and environment. So did anyone move the notice boards from here to here for the children?
I put some posters at the children's level so that
Yeah.
they could see them, and then I walked through the following day and they'd been put at her height, and I thought, well, what am I supposed to do? But as I say, we're going under new leadership, so
Okay.
fingers crossed.
I think probably, yeah, if you've got new leadership coming in, then I would get in early doors and explain the whole school approach. Ethos environment is obviously really important. But basically, the community in practice is obviously, it's put together each term by the feedback I get from the training. So if I feel like this time around, pupil voice was something that was really relevant and prevalent and that people were struggling with, that then informs the next community in practice.